Thailand's military chief has been meeting his advisers to map out a strategy for the future as opposition to the military coup continues, with small protests continuing to pop up in Bangkok.
At the same time, a representative of the Thai army has defended its actions in moving to silence free speech and detain politicians, journalists and academics. Southeast Asia correspondent Samantha Hawley has been speaking with Colonel Werachon Sukhondat Patipak.
The message that I want to get across here is what we are doing, what the military, the army in particular, doing now is not an attack on the democracy. In fact, we attack the abuse of democracy. The army action now is to preserve, it's about preserving of democracy and about destroying the corrupted parliament dictatorship.
Well, if this is all about strengthening democracy, which is obviously very damaged here in Thailand, if it's about strengthening democracy, then when will there be an election, and why is it that the head of the military has not told the people of Thailand or the people of the world when that will be held?
I think it is quite, too soon to spell out when exactly the election will be held. But it is quite clear that we understand. But first of all, we would like to clarify that the Thai military nowadays, we are not that insensitive that we don't know the implication of the international community to Thailand. We are living in the new era where worlds are connected. And of course, relationship with our friends is very important. We value all relationship with our friends. And but this is the reason that we are still not able to come up with the exact date or time when the election would be held, because we are not defining time and duration. The situation will dictate, the duration of the military intervention.
Okay, well, can we talk about another key element of democracy which no longer exists here, because that is free speech and freedom of movement. Now, it's very clear now that you're trying to contain free speech, the freedom of movement of some people who want to express a different view. How can you justify that sort of action in 2014?
If you follow the situation in Thailand closely, the protracted political in Thailand has been continuing for nearly 10 years. And over the past 6 months, almost 7 months, the street protest has been ongoing. And what happened on the street, what happened in the society, the Thai society, people keep slander one another. People keep saying something insulted one another. That result, people keep putting hate speech everywhere in order to incite the unrest. This is the key factor that caused unrest in Thailand, that caused social divided in Thailand.
I understand there has been hate speech from some quarters in Thailand. But the military has also detained many other people, academics for instance, journalists. A very well-known journalist from the Nation newspaper who has been detained for daring to criticise what is unfolding in this country. It was not hate speech. How much longer will you detain someone like that?
In order to bring peace and harmony, in order to make the society become normal, to make the environment conducive for further action. I'm talking about the constructive action. We need to stop creating a negative attitude to one another. And for those who've been detained, as you mentioned, we have a clear evidence that their idea, their comment has made the work of the National Council for Peace and Order become more difficult, and that would create division in the society in Thailand. This is just the early step that we believe, that we strongly believe that we keep people, unless people stop blaming one another, people stop slander to one another, that would make an environment in the country become better. And
but wider than that, what you really mean is if people criticise the coup or what the military is doing, then they are vulnerable to being detained, just as that journalist was. It's not slander. It's a different opinion. It's not hate speech that he was putting out. It's a different view about what is unfolding, far from being hate speech.
I understand what you mean about the freedom of expression. He criticized the military, and that the opinion, out of that criticism could perhaps incite the peoples or incite the unrest. Right now, we are trying to bring harmony back in the country.
At a rally two nights ago.
2 nights ago.
Or a few nights ago.
Do you know where about?
Yes, it was at Victory Monument. An army spokesman on a loudspeaker was condemning the foreign press. He was calling them silly, they're bad, they're only here to make money, he said. And he continued on in that light.
Actually, this case has been under investigation. It is quite unusual for us, and we are quite surprised with that information that we have received.
Will the military allow people to express their opinion into the future on the streets of Bangkok?
They need to understand that country at this time need to be harmony. We ask them to refrain from expressing a kind of opinion that would incite the unrest.